Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another live session as promised. I know we missed the last class because I was down with the flu and I still have some residue of the flu. And I thought I would be okay to take the morning class, but it seems like I have to take it a little slower than I intended for it to be. Nonetheless, I will take the class and I'm also going to be setting up this class for Instagram. So that all the people who are there on Instagram can do the session. Sorry, I should have been more prepared for this, but you know what it is. Let's go. Just just a second, okay? Quick setup. All right. So today's class is a restorative session. Restorative session means I'm going to be doing some really easygoing asanas along with a lot of breath work of the of the asanas and while seated um, uh, in our Sukha asana, which is our happy pose, basically simple cross-legged position. So we're going to start a little easy, starting off with the first posture, which is going to be our bound angle posture. For the bound angle, now you can either use pillows if you'd like. If you don't, that's fine too. I'm going to be just showing you what it would be like if you were to use your cushions or pillows. Right? For the bound angle, what we essentially want is we're going to be somewhere between an active and a passive stretch. Meaning हम थोड़ी सी रिस्ट्रिक्शन रखेंगे थोड़ा सा we're going to keep a little bit of resistance, but we're also going to keep a little bit of letting go, aka passive. So you can use two cushions to place one here and the other one on this side. I have a second one as well. The second one, right? So we're going to go start off with a bound angle posture, which is basically commonly known as the butterfly, right? So because I think this is probably something that you're doing early in the morning on a cold day, as you can see, I don't want you to, directly just go into a boom. So we're going to try and keep this here, right? And you take a deep breath in, try and sit up straight and press your knees down using your elbows. To bring this into a little more sense of restoration, we're going to combine our breath with this posture. To increase or decrease intensity, you can push this out or you can pull this in depending on where you are comfortable and also a little uncomfortable, right? So we're here, we're aligning our heels together, our toes together, feet together, basically the bottom part of our feet. And we're going to press this and press this. Why we're doing this, we're creating maximum distance between this while pushing this down into the gravity. 3 deep breaths in through the nostril. You can either exhale through the mouth or through the nostrils. But inhale always through the nostrils, especially for restorative. We'll try and keep our breaths as long as possible, as long an inhale as we can, and even deeper exhale as possible. Also, guys who are watching this on Instagram, you can do this on your big screen. There's a live stream going on my YouTube channel. So you can connect to my YouTube every Thursday. Instagram live streams will only be alive for the next 15 episodes. And after that, all the sessions will happen on YouTube. And you can watch them at any time, right? Last one, inhale. So you are creating a resistance slide and also trying to defy that resistance. Now from here, we're going to go into a bend. For the forward bend, we can either assume that our hips are slightly more open now, or you can keep this here, totally up to you, right? I'm going to place this here, right in front, and this as well. Because I have a little bit of a hip flexion problem on my left side, but if you don't and you can really go deep, you can do it without the cushions or you can do it with two or just one, totally depending on how you're feeling. So, what I'll do is I'm just going to lean forward, get myself comfortable. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, exhale, and two, exhale, and three. Inhale and exhale. And really, I want you to exhale all the way through. So you're inhaling toward the entire upper torso, exhaling out of the entire upper torso. And just like that, from here, we're going to get one cushion out. Beach wale cushion se, we'll just separate our legs a little bit and open them out. So I don't want you to go wide into a split. We're not trying to show off. We're just trying to open up. As I said, you can do this on your bed or right out of your bed as I am doing now. I'm going to go into a wide legged. You can keep your knees slightly bent if you need to, or you can open them out. And again, we're going to pull forward to rest our chest on the cushion. So you can have both of them, you can have one of them, or you can have none of them, depending on how open you are at this point in time of this class, right? I'm going to keep both of them because I'm not that open, to be really honest today. So I'm going to try and place my chest on the cushions, right? Instead of placing my chin on the cushions, which ends up rounding my back. So I don't want to do this. I really want to open my hips out. So I'm just going to inhale, exhale, rest your chest and breathe. Two. With every exhale, you're going to slowly feel your inner thighs, your hamstrings, your hips, your hip flexors, and the part behind your knees opening up, which is what we are aiming to do. So today's restorative class, I've kept more for the lower body, for the hips, and a little bit for the lower back as well. We're going to have a whole bunch of these for the spine, for the shoulders, for the neck, the chest, but today is just lower body. So a couple more breaths. Inhale, exhale. So what this is doing is defying resistance, right? And we are really extending using our insides. So this is a little different from the regular yin class if you've attended any. We are not doing a yin session. We are creating a balance between an active and a passive static stretch. Couple more breaths. And slowly from here, we're just going to directly pull in, come into a closed legged, like a pike forward bend. So you can keep these aside, bring this in. You might feel a little bit of relaxation happening on your inner thighs, which is completely normal, right? Now from here, again, I'm going to, now, if your hamstrings are not open or if you haven't opened up yet in the morning and you need a little bit of a relaxation mode or a little bit of let's say a beginning mode to open up your hamstrings or your or the back of your knees, you can place one pillow under, right? So this can actually help you not to round your back and extend with the chest, which means that we can go further ahead without compromising form, without really feeling that pain that we need to go like this to touch our toes, and we can really be as graceful as possible to take it forward. Again, you can either place one pillow here to go straight ahead, relax, just open up as much as you can. Most of the opening up that we're doing in these postures is happening through our insides, right? When it's a restorative class, which means that we are seated in a position which is comfortable for us while we are trying to focus on our breath. So it's like a good mix of the asana and the pranayam and the dhyan bit of the session. In yin, we are typically supposed to be holding the postures for a lot longer. Uh, Hopefully, I'll be able to do that class one day, but that's a long class, an hour and a half. For just 20 minutes, I think restorative is perfectly awesome. And you can actually do these every day before bed as well. Your body can go to sleep feeling well stretched, and all the fibers and the tendons in your body are replenished because a lot of oxygen flowing through. We're going to do a couple more breaths. If you feel like you've opened up quite a bit in this position, you can actually get rid of the cushion under. You can even put this cushion on top, or you can get rid of the cushion altogether and get deeper into the position as and when your body allows. A few more variations to this would, of course, be getting rid of this and just going down. Or you can actually extend, try to take the pillow over your feet and just breathe in and out here. Right? So these are a few ways that you can do this particular posture. After this, we are going to move on to targeting a little bit of the outer chain of our legs and the arms. So we're going to do something called the cow face posture, or the Gomukh Asana. And with the Gomukh Asana, we're also going to practice a forward bend. So that's a deeper stretch in the Gomukh Asana. Right? So starting with the basics of Gomukh, we are working on the adductors. Adductor is basically the muscle that we use to kind of so out we push, it's an abduction. In, adduction, squeezing the inner thighs, right? So here we are. What we're going to do is place the left heel under the right buttock and the right heel over the left foot, left leg, and place it next to the hip. So both these feet are close to the hips, and this both our knees are almost in alignment. But because this is a restorative class, you can actually keep this slightly away to not put that much intensity on the particular posture itself. And while you are here, you can take your left arm from under, right arm from top because the right leg is on top, and you can grab it at the back. Right, so we're just going to do 2 deep breaths in this posture, and then we're going to switch sides and do 2 deep breaths after we're done with the forward bend. So we're going to go here. We're going to go inhale, exhale. For those of you who cannot touch your hands at the back, that's totally all right. You can actually use a towel or a string or anything, or like for me, I just have this pillow with me right now. So what you can do is you can grab the one end of the pillow and the other end and slow tug on each side to make sure that your arms are opening up, right? You basically just need something which has 2 ends to it. But because I actually can touch my hands, I'm just going to do that. While you're doing this, you're going to feel a little bit of an opening here, a little bit of a stretch here. Let it open out. Actively release breath so that your body is opening the body part up. From here, we're going to go into a Gomukh Asana forward bend, in which we're not going to be using the arms at all. Loosening up the legs a little bit so that this is falling here, but we're not here. And in order for you to make sure that this leg is not up, you need to make sure that you are dropping it on the edge, the lower edge of the foot. We're dropping them. We're not keeping them like this, right? We are dropping them down. Now from here, you can or cannot at your will use a cushion, place it here and just wiggle it out and hug. ये वाला particularly काफी painful होता है if you don't have your outer thighs open. So you can really just grab Honestly, it's a lot more chaotic since I am taking the class and I am not completely a part of the session. But those of you who are doing the class, please don't open your eyes unless I ask you to. You can really just be in your restorative mode if you're playing this on your TV or on your phone or wherever it is, right? Once we're done with this side, we're going to slowly open this out. कोई भी posture झटके से मत खोलिएगा. By that I mean कि don't just be like, oh, nah. The way you enter the posture is the way that you exit it. So you just open that out, just let that come back to its normal level of elasticity, and then we're going to switch the sides. Once again, this time we're going to take the right heel to the left hip and the left heel to the right hip. You can make this as tight or as loose as possible. And as I speak so much, I realize that the next class should be in Hindi. So the next class will be in Hindi, guys. Okay, so we're gonna keep this nice and easy. I'm gonna take the left arm from the top, the right from the bottom. Personally, this was a nemesis for me, and how I achieved this was in the shower. I made sure that once I've soaked everything up, I pull on both of these. So now I can almost the same, but it's a little more uncomfortable than the other side. So we're gonna do a couple of normal breaths. अगर आपसे ये टच नहीं होता है बट आपने किसी तरह कर लिया and it hurts, just don't worry. You can slowly release it. Don't just be like, oh. Slowly release it. Feel that pain till you are done. All right. And we're gonna just place this on top and relax. Deep inhales and deep exhales. You see this fisting and tightening out your body parts. We're trying to leave it loose. So when you're really leaving it loose, and at some point in time, we're going to start feeling like this is a little more painful. So you can just slowly come up and slowly relax and take it off. Once again, don't leave it jhatke se. We're going to open it out nice and slow and easy. Open both the legs out, relax. Move on to our last posture before we move on to a little bit of breathing. So for the last posture, we're doing the child's pose. Now, I have seen that in the child's pose, a lot of people are here sometimes because they feel like their hips are too big and they can't place it all the way on the floor while going down. It's just a compression thing. So what you can do is you can place one pillow here, right? If you feel like it can either be your hips or be your chest. And if you feel like you are a little bigger, you can put two pillows, right? For me, I would say that I can very comfortably be in my child's pose here or here. But just for the sake of argument, let's say that I'm not comfortable there. Make sure that your toes are opened out and that you're not keeping them like this. We're going to open it out. Why? Because this is also going to help the tendons on your feet, on your legs, and open out this part, which particularly people avoid in their practice, right? A good point flex, a good extension to flexion on your feet is really important. I know that you're aware of how your hands work, but true awareness comes when you can take the signals all the way from here to here, isn't it? Right? So we open this out, place it here. You can hug it, you can extend it. Extending can also work on your shoulders, and you don't have to keep them all the way in because I know some people feel a little bit of pain on the inner thighs. So what you can do is just open it out, place, place, and press. So just go. And since this is the last posture, I'm going to play platypus. We're going to do 10 deep breaths here. You will be surprised how long 10 breaths. With every exhale, you're going to feel your body feeling looser. One thing that I've noticed with a lot of my students that are in my one-on-one classes, is that they don't know how long a breath should be or supposed to be. So they're like, trying to be done as fast as possible because they think that this is how long a breath should be. But really, the longer your breath and the longer you feel like, oh my God, it's been forever that I've been here, ease out into it. Take more time into it. Just make sure that you are not rushing because you are doing this for a particular reason. You are in a restorative class because you want to feel restored. And that's not going to happen if your brain keeps tugging at you and being like, give into this distraction or give into that distraction. We have 5 more breaths to go, so I've done 5. And after your 10 breaths, you just release and come up. We're going to go back into our seated position. And I did want to do a little bit of pranayam as well, but it seems like we're out of time today, so we're going to pick it up in a separate class. Also, I have the amazing idea that I want to do a guided meditation class, which will be absolutely free, but I want to do it in a classroom on a Zoom call. It will be a 45-minute session, and it's okay for how many ever people who want to attend it to come and attend it. But I need you to send me your details. So if you'd be interested in something like that, make sure that you drop me a DM or you email me or you visit my website and write to me. Also, my website is coming up with new blogs, new recipes in the MOF nutrition program, and a whole lot of stuff, and new regimes, new tutorials in the MOF lifestyle program. If you guys have not enrolled in any of my one-on-one programs or group programs, please go ahead and do so. Thank you for watching this video early in the morning on a Saturday. I know 10 a.m. is early on a Saturday. Not for me. I was up at 6. I was up at 6, yo. But okay, guys, I think I'm gonna go off now. Thanks for watching. You can find this video on YouTube, which is where it's being recorded now. Okay.